Well, hello my darlings, and welcome back to our channel. I am so glad you are here. Today we are going to be creating a mirrored buffet table riser that is fit to function at a great event in a grand hall or on top of your personal buffet as a staging area for your private and intimate dinners. I do hope you'll stay tuned. For this project, you will need a 35 and 8 inch by 12 inch foam brick. You will need 3 of these decorative glass bowls. You will need 2 water glasses. You will also need 2 white wine glasses. You will need any ribbon, any color of your choice. Just make sure that it is at least 2 inches wide. And you will need any color diamond wrap to complement your ribbon. You will need 4 of these 5-inch square mirrors. You will also need 2 of these 13-inch square mirrors. And of course, we will need our handy dandy tools. Let's get crafting. So what I neglected to tell you in the supply reel was that you may need some felt to line the bottom of your piece. Now I usually line the bottom of my pieces simply because I do not want any of that styrofoam that might fall off because it's brittle on my tablescapes or anything that I am making. And so we're simply going to line the bottom of this brick with our not styrofoam, with our felt. And to do this, we are going to go in with our hot glue, and only hot glue, because what that hot glue is going to do is melt into the cracks and crevices of that styrofoam. And then once you place your felt onto that styrofoam and that hot glue cools, it is simply going to meld both of those pieces together. Now this brick is going to take 4 pieces of felt to cover the whole thing, and I will do that off camera and then return. So now that we have attached all of our felt pieces, it is now time to line our sides with our ribbon. Now I'm going to use this ribbon that I got on 70% off at Michael's during their Halloween sale. I'm not sure if they may still have this online, but I will look for the link and definitely post it below if I find it. And what I'm going to do with this ribbon that is 2 inches wide, I am simply going to be tacking it down in the middle of my foam using 3 streams of glue. Now the reason why I'm only tacking it down in the middle is because I want there to be some give on that black lace piece. I do not want that to be stuck down. I do not want it to be static. I want there to be some give. And so I am going to continue this process doing maybe 5 to 6 inches at a time. And while I'm laying my ribbon, I'm going to be pulling it to ensure that there are going to be no bumps, no bruises, no lumps, no hills. And so I'm going to continue this off camera and then I will be back. So now that we have covered all of the sides of our foam, it is now time to embellish our ribbon. Now the diamond wrap that I used came in a row of 6, and I simply cut that in half because I did not want to take away too much from the beauty of that beautiful red ribbon that is underneath. And so all I'm going to do is place some beads of hot glue, and once I have placed my beads of hot glue down, I am simply going to take my diamond ribbon and I'm going to lay it into that glue, making sure to tap it just a little bit to make sure that glue engages. Now I'm going to continue this process going about 5 maybe to 6. Oops, I don't know what's going on with my hot glue gun, but my darlings, you get the picture. But just pressing it, continuing this process going about 5 to 6 inches at a time, and I will complete this off camera. That is, of course, if I can figure out what's wrong with this thingamajig, and then I'll be back. So now that we have laid our ribbon and our diamond wrap, it is now time to apply our mirrors. And the way we're going to do that is by using a combination, as you can see there, of our E6000 and our hot glue. Now before we place these mirrors down, please be sure to take off the little felt legs that come with them. The tags in the middle, really and truly, will not make a difference because no one will be able to see them after we place them down. But what we're going to do is place this mirror. We're going to start with our first mirror, and you are going to make sure that you are placing that mirror with an overhang of at least, I would say, 1.5 inches or 2 knuckles. Now the reason for this is because we are going to be placing 3 mirrors on this styrofoam brick, and this is the only way that they're going to fit. Now, as you can see here, I'm taking my E6000 and I'm placing it in a rudimentary outline first of where that mirror will sit, and then I'm simply going in with some additional random placement of that E6000 glue. When I'm finished, I am going to take my hot glue and I'm going to overlay my hot glue in the same manner randomly, and what that hot glue is going to do is give us our right now adhesion, while that E6000 is going to cure over time. And once I have placed my glue, it is then going to be a matter of taking my mirror, finding my placement. Please forgive my son, he was coming to tell his mom hello. But I'm going to take my mirror, I'm going to find my placement, making sure to make any adjustments before I apply any pressure to it, using my fingers to see if I have that 1.5 inch overhang or those 2 knuckles. And once I have found my placement, then it is going to be a matter of applying some pressure and setting that mirror to dry for a few minutes. So I'm going to continue finding my placement on this mirror, and then I'm going to add my other 2 mirrors off camera, and then I'll be back. So now that we have placed all of our 3 mirrors down and they have dried and are secured to our foam, we are now going to turn it over and possibly do something that we should have done logistically, I should say rather, would have made more sense. And what we're going to do is we are going to place bowls underneath our buffet, because for those of you who know me, my darlings, I seldom like to see anything sitting flat on a table. And so I am going to use my E6000 and my hot glue to affix these bowls to the bottom of my buffet. Now, full disclosure, when I did this, hindsight, they say, is 2020, and when I did this, I realized that with the felt, when you're moving this piece, there is some give with those bowls, because of course the bowls are being affixed to the felt, which is not necessarily permanently affixed to the styrofoam. If you do not want to have that give while you're moving it, of course, because as soon as you set this down, it is going to be stable, then I would suggest placing or gluing your bowls directly onto the styrofoam. The only thing with that is that you will run the risk of having those bits and pieces of styrofoam fall off on your tables or on your buffet when you are at an event. So like I said, my darlings, you will have to make a choice. So I'm going to continue laying my 2 other bowls off camera, and then I'll be back to tell you guys what's next. So here we have our piece that is now elevated off the table, and we are now going to place some wine glasses in the 4 corners, and we are going to top our wine glasses with our 5-inch beveled mirrors to give our piece some elevation. Now, I am using both the water glass and the white wine glass, and as you can see, there is a slight difference in elevation between the two, maybe about a half an inch to about an inch. And so what I'm going to do is place my two water glasses on one side, the two shorter glasses on one side, and then the two taller glasses on the other side. Now, to place these glasses, I'm simply going to go in with some epoxy, and I have the glass turned over. This is a technique you guys may want to use because I would much rather the epoxy fall back into the bowl in which I had it mixed than to drip down into that glass. Like I said, the epoxy does dry clear, but you will be able to see a streak if you were to hold your glass right side up and had that epoxy fall right back down into it. So once I have placed my epoxy on the lip of my glass, it is simply going to be a matter of finding my placement and keeping an eye on it, because epoxy on glass on mirror tends to shift. When I'm finished, I'm going to take my E6000 and my hot glue. I'm going to place it around the rim of the bottom of that glass, and then I'm going to place my mirror. I'm going to continue this process off camera, clean this up, and then I'll be back to show you our finished project. Well, here you have it, my darlings, our mirrored buffet table riser that we created using a variety of mediums. Isn't it darling? I think I would have to say my favorite part of this project would have to be that beautiful red and black ribbon that I got on sale last year for 70% off. In addition to that beautiful red and black ribbon, I think I would have to say that my next favorite part would have to be that black diamond ribbon that we placed in the middle of it. I think these colors just set the tone for drama and flair and Hollywood glam. Now, I think I would have to say, even while we're looking at this, that we have nailed yet another project, my darlings. We have the lift that we created with our bowls under which we can put lights to set the tone. We have our height that we created using Dollar Tree glasses. And to complete our mirrored look, we have additionally some 5-inch mirrors on our wine glasses to give us even more space to use in our setting area. Now, as you can see, we have some of the older projects that we have created on our channel, our rose wine glasses, as well as our chandelier 2.0. To those of you who may have just stumbled across our channel today, I will definitely leave the links to those two items in the description box below. But my darlings, if you have found any value in this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as leave me a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. To my Danny's darlings, I just would like to say thank you for all of your love, your comments, your encouragement, your warm words, your feedback, your questions. Please know that it is not wasted, and I appreciate every single one of you. Again, to those of you who may just have stumbled by our channel today, kindly consider joining our ever-growing community of DIYers as we learn from and craft with each other on a weekly basis. We would love to count you as one of ours. And if you so choose to subscribe today, please be sure to click the notification bell so that you will be made aware whenever one of our videos has been published. Well, my darlings, I am going to leave you with this, but before I do, I will ask you this question. How much do you think you would actually pay for something like this? Consider Wayfair, consider Z Gallery, consider a Macy's, consider your high-end furniture boutique stores. What do you think you would pay for this? And now that I've asked you that question, I'm going to leave you with the motto to our channel, which is simply this, my darlings. Why buy when you can DIY? And so, my darlings, my loves, until next time, please, please, please take care of yourselves for me. Know that I love you all. Bye now.